Today, SPS Fragging Fun 101 and my top 12 fragging tools and tips. From start to finish, I'll give you my suggested top tools for the job, cutting and gluing techniques, and of course, a couple safety tips. Which brings me to tip number 1, which is safety first. It's best practice to have eye protection and gloves. Your gloves should also fit your hands because gluing delicate SPS corals is nearly impossible with sloppy loose gloves. Tip number 2, prep work and basic tool check. Like a surgeon, keep your area and your tools organized. Also have proper lighting so you can see what you're doing in cutting, as SPS are delicate and precision is key. Tip number 3 is your uniform. And as I've said in my other previous fragging videos, wear clothes that you can get glue all over because you will. And if you have longer hair, pull it up or put it back because there is nothing super about this glue if it gets in your hair or on your favorite shirt. Tip number 4, basic tools of the trade, and a friendly reminder, keep them for fragging only. There are several tools you can use when fragging SPS, but for clean and precise cuts, I recommend a frag saw like the Griffin Aqua Saw, which is specifically designed for cutting corals. Also having bone cutters in a couple different sizes, including the curved blade coral cutter, a small cutter, and a larger cutter. A forceps for handling and holding corals. Glue and Instaset, frag plugs or rubble of assorted sizes. Personally, I like to get creative and have options. Also, have some towels, both for the floor and your hands. Tip number 5. Rinse your tools in RO. Your tools will rust, but they will rust much faster if they're not cleaned after each use. Tip number 6, natural breaks and shapes. Natural growth patterns are important to note when choosing where to cut your SPS, as it aids in faster and more natural regrowth. Plus, if you're trading or selling them, give your frag some dimension, as no one likes the single straggly stick or the square Monty frag. Tip number 7, when to frag your SPS. First, when they're overgrowing, touching neighboring corals, or you need to make room. But don't frag your small frags. Give your SPS time to grow. You'll have more success and ultimately get more frags if you're just a little patient. Second, frag if you are unable to remove pest algae within your corals. A great example of this is a bird's nest, which often grows very dense and complete removal is almost impossible. So cut the colony, remove all of the algae, and you can either re-glue or keep them separate. And third, frag if you notice issues like tissue loss. It's important to remove dead or dying areas and re-glue. It's better to save some than to lose it all. Tip number 8, cutting tools and tips. Starting with plating SPS corals like Monty caps and scroll corals, as they are one of the easiest and most forgiving SPS to frag. Depending on the thickness of the coral, you can easily just break off pieces by hand. You can use a bone cutter or a saw. For tabling SPS, use a bone cutter or a saw, but the secret here is to cut at an angle for remounting. They naturally grow out and not up, so you're likely to get faster growth. For encrusting SPS, like your leptos, your cephastreas, your monties, and your stylostinellias, depending on where you're fragging them from, use a bone cutter or a saw. If you're cutting them from a rock in your main display, I'd recommend using a bone cutter. If you're cutting them from a grow-up plate, it's much more precise to use a saw. And for all your sticks, you can use a bone cutter or a saw. For thick branches in your main display, use the curved bone cutter, using it to grip and snap sections off. For thin branches, I recommend a small bone cutter. Tip number 9, dipping before sticking. I recommend using Revive or Coral RX as it promotes healing and generally more successful and faster recovery. I also dip the mother colony as well. Tip 10, pick what sticks, creating a bond and securing your investment. I recommend using the BRS Extra Thick Gel and Instaset, and when gluing, less is best. For faster recovery and growth, keep it off the tissue. A secret pro tip, put glue on the plugs, just a little dab. Dip it in their tank water for a few seconds. Take it out and put it aside. Then dry off the end you wish to glue and stick it on. Try it out, it does really work. Tip number 11, have lots of options with plugs, plates, or pieces of rubble. Generally speaking, plugs for selling and organizing, discs and plates to propagate later, and rubble for display. Generally, you cut off the base of the plug when placing your SPS, but a pro tip that you can keep them from encrusting outward and touching by gluing the tip of the plug to the rock. Less energy is spent on encrusting and more on upward and outward growth. Tip 12, promote healing and sustain color. Here, the key is consistency. Place newly fragged SPS in similar flow areas, same lighting and PAR readings, and water parameters like your ELK, calcium, and nutrient levels. So whether you're fragging to share with your reefing buddies, you need to make room, or you're looking to make a few extra dollars to support your reefing addiction, click the link and check out all of our fragging supplies right over here. Happy fragging!